Alright guys, I'm gonna try and get this video going for you. So this is kind of a practice video for when I do the GTR video tomorrow. I am trying a new team here. I'm gonna try Admiral Akbar, zBarrius, Hermit Yoda, CLS, and obviously Jedi Knight Anakin. So here you can see I've got the Learn Control and Find All Things Zeta on CLS. I've got the Zeta on Barris, and again, these guys aren't. These two are gear 12. These three are not. I think they're all 11 or so. And the mods on most of these guys aren't crazy either because I don't really ever use them. So yeah, no Zetas on him. I actually don't even have his. Okay. I thought it was an Omega, but yeah, I don't have any Zetas on him either. So we're going to give this a shot. The whole idea here is to use specials whenever possible to trigger Akbar calling CLS to assist. And hopefully the stacking tenacity will just prevent all of the debuffs from going around so that he's not gaining a whole bunch of protection. And then, you know, we're trying to keep the buffs to a minimum. So we're going to go ahead and start out by trying to get some kills on these guys on the side here. We'll start by giving him his little accuracy and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna start by giving this tenacity bonus to Akbar, and I know it's gonna sound really weird because he's not an attacker or anything, but because Master's Training gives the bonus tenacity, and I'm gonna be calling a lot of rebels to assist with their basic attacks.
When the timing gods have other plans,
I want to be able to, you know, prevent that from being spread around so that I'm not, basically so I'm not getting the debuffs put on everybody. Putting debuffs on are bad because when you attack and you have the debuff, then obviously you're giving him protection, which isn't what you want. So yeah, that worked out well. Nobody had a debuff. Nothing crazy happened. He's got 2 more turns left on his Drain Force, which will, if anybody has a debuff on them, when he drains it, it reduces the cooldown by Annihilate. So by keeping the debuffs down, we can kind of make the battle last a little bit longer. So here's, okay, so he didn't resist that, so we can actually use that to get rid of it. So now we'll use a special, so we're not using an auto. For her, we'll go ahead and use an auto. It's not that big of a deal. So he gets called to assist quite a bit from all the other specials that are happening. But hopefully he can resist with his tenacity right now, which he didn't. That's a bummer. Jedi Knight Anakin, again, same thing. He he gets a bonus, so that typically doesn't happen. So all right, so here, this is a really good example. When you have a debuff, when you have the defense down or whatever, you need to do your best to not auto attack. You not use your basic on Nihilus because he recovers protection. So if we use a special right here, we call him, he uses his basic, he didn't get the debuff, see, which is awesome. So now we can go ahead and we can auto, and even if he doesn't resist the debuff, which he did resist it, but even if he wasn't to resist the debuff there, we're still in good shape because he would have just gotten the debuff, he wouldn't have given him protection. So now we're going to go ahead and spread the debuff onto, or the Master's Training onto him, so he does cool things. Unfortunately, he double attacked, which led to some protection gain. It's a bummer, but it can happen. So even if we were to use a special right here, he's going to have to auto attack anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and auto attack. Alright, well, that was no good for us. So no debuffs are around, so I'm just going to go ahead and auto. Again, she resisted, which is great. He's going to drain next turn. Not much is going to happen with that drain right now. Ooh, that's a bummer. So we're going to have to attack again. Yep, notice he got the protection from the attack, which isn't what we want. That's the opposite of what we want. So I'm not going to use his call to action right now. I'm going to go ahead and, it's the first attack, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Force, see if I can't maybe get some of this turn meter, or hey, at least buff immunity. So now he won't be, when he attacks and steals buffs, he's not going to be stealing, you know, so again, he gets more protection. I didn't want to use my ability there. I'm gonna wait at least one more turn. So he is getting pretty low, and I don't want to do this, but it's probably best to go. Oh, no, it's probably not best to do that. Either way, he's probably gonna get called to assist. But, oh sweet, we got Luke to call to assist, so that worked out pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and use her. I'm gonna get everybody healed up. There's a good, he shouldn't use it next turn actually. So I use the specials here. We don't wanna attack Nihilus if we have the debuff. Again, that's the recurring theme here. So we'll go ahead and put this guy, put this buff up. So alright, sweet. So now we're gonna get 2 turns in a row for Master Yoda, which is really cool. So he's gonna deal a lot of damage when he uses this on somebody to call them. So we're gonna use it on him. So now we can kill that guy off, and now this will heal guys up and finish him off. And notice nobody's got any debuffs, which is good. It's weird because he might actually, after his first attack, use that because everybody does have defense up. So basically the way this works is if he steals a buff from you, if he dispels a buff, he gets a turn reduction on this, and he gets 2 turns at a time. So what might happen is if when he attacks, he's probably going to steal a buff from somebody, right? Reduce his cooldown of Annihilate, and then Annihilate me. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I have a feeling it might. So I'm going to put some attacks in, and now... Yep, so there's the Annihilate. So he does the Annihilate on zBarrius and everything. So now we're back to step 1. So he's also going to Drain next turn, which deals a lot of damage, and it's also going to reduce the cooldown because I have all this up. So I'm going to go ahead and use this, which will cleanse everybody and give them a nice heal. I'm not going to cleanse, I'm going to use this. So it's going to call one of these two to assist. Again, because they're the rebels, that's Akbar's lead. It'll heal her a little bit and restore some protection to him, but I don't want to use this right now because it doesn't cleanse or anything. So either way, one of these two are going to attack. We're just hoping that if it's Luke, he can manage to resist his stuff. So it is Luke. He didn't resist it, so if you notice that got put back up there. Now we actually have to attack again. So that was a bummer. He didn't resist it either time. Alright, so we got a few turns now. We'll get some health back here. Debuff went away there, which is really good. Alright, so this is sweet. We're going to get to use Yoda twice here. We're going to throw the tenacity and everything bonus up on her. Everybody's going to attack. That was almost a bummer. It doesn't look like anybody resisted there. So he got a bunch of protection. Let's see. So again, he's got the debuff, so I'm going to use that instead. He's going to gain a bunch of protection next turn too, which is a bummer. Hope we resist. We didn't resist, so he got protection back. So we will use his special here. So we're through his protection again. And of course it's Admiral Akbar again. He's getting 100 turns in a row and just putting a bunch of protection on, which is kind of a bummer right now. We still have... So next turn he will not be annihilating, which is good for us. So we have some time to kind of play around here. So everybody already has this, but it doesn't really matter. Normally it would dispel if somebody didn't already have the... Well, I mean, even if they already had it, but if you put Grandmaster Training on somebody, it dispels them. That's worth knowing for when we get to the point where somebody has to... Like right now, he's debuffed. That's less than ideal for us. So, so she's gonna cleanse him automatically after her turn. I might actually just end up having to put a bunch of... Oh, so we actually got the turn meter reduction there, which is awesome. So the reason that worked is Hillis has no tenacity or standard boss tenacity at the start of each turn, and every time he gets hit, it goes up. So that whole turn meter went up without him being hit. So he had relatively low tenacity comparatively when Luke went to attack him, and that's why I was successfully able to get that off. So now he's back down to 0, but he does have now 50% increased tenacity and plus 30 speed. So we'll go ahead and get a little heal out, get an assist. I didn't kill him, but we're going to use our auto attack here to finish him off, because the auto attacks only apply the debuff when you use it on on him. So I know that I have a debuff I can remove a debuff from him with his ability next time he comes up using his special. So I'm going to go ahead and use Luke's call to action. It's going to call him to assist. He's probably not going to resist it, which of course he didn't because he's Akbar. So he doesn't have anything right now that I'm worried about, so I'll just use that. So now I can use this on Akbar. So he did get a debuff. So when I use Master's Training, I'll use it on Luke because everybody already has it and can have it. So Luke did get the debuff again, which is a bummer, but it happens. So we will auto attack with her. It'll remove one from Akbar. So we want to use a special with Luke again because we don't want that debuff to hit. So I'm going to go ahead and use this ability. This is the Anti-Annihilate ability because he is going to use it next turn after he drains, assuming somebody has a debuff, which there's probably a 90% chance somebody will have a debuff. Look at that, somebody had a debuff. So reduces the cooldown, he annihilates, I'm at full health, everything's good, great, grand, wonderful. So again, no debuff, so I can use a basic. And it's pretty much wash, rinse, repeat, guys. I mean, he's 4 turns away from using his or from going in rage or whatever, and I'm kind of just gonna walk it out from here. I don't know exactly how good of an attempt this is technically gonna be, but you know, it is what it is. It's a decent attempt. So I can use my special here because he doesn't have the. I actually probably shouldn't have used that there. But, is what it is. So now that he has the debuff, I'm going to use my special. So he has Drain. Drain, I have nobody with debuff, so Drain isn't going to give him any turn meter, or I'm sorry, any reductions. So I'm not overly worried about it. So now we go back to killing these guys here on the sides. So we will... actually might just heal everybody up real quick, which will call everybody to assist and kill him. So, oh, it didn't call everybody to assist. Maybe I'm wrong. For some reason I thought that called everybody as well. Let's see here. So we'll use... no, we'll just use his auto attack. I guarantee this will call everybody to assist. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so we're gonna try and get rid of... Look at that, turn meter worked again. So again, if you can wait, if you can hold off on attacking him when the ads get there, then you're usually in good shape. You can make it so you have a better chance at removing that turn meter. Kind of gives you an extra turn. So if I use this, it's almost like I'm wasting the attack genius. So I'm just gonna go ahead and auto attack. Which luckily things got resisted, which is great. That's what we want. That's an ideal situation for us. So he'll get to go twice, so it's probably going to get a debuff put back on him. So, oh, I didn't even notice I'm going to get annihilated. That's... okay, so that's fine. We got all kinds of stuff happening anyway. We're about to go in rage, so we'll use the specials so that we don't do that. I'll go ahead and use that. And I think at this point we're trying to just, you know, survive a turn. When he drains, everybody dies except for except for one. So, yeah, we're gonna I don't heal anything. We're not really gonna get back through his protection before we die, but yeah, let's see where we're at here, how we did, and 600,000. So I mean it's not the worst. It's definitely not as good as the million that I was hoping for. But you know, that's an idea as to at least how you should be playing these. I think zBarrius either needs a lot more speed, or I just replace her with somebody who just deals more damage with their specials. But all in all, it wasn't too terrible. Just try to manage your protection and stuff like that. And I will have a Jedi training rate video for you guys tomorrow.